Today's video is sponsored by Bokksu. Use code NERDECRAFTER10 for great savings. So... it's happening. Hey Grains! Today we're going to be reacting to Moriah Elizabeth using my craft kit for the first time. For those of you who don't know Moriah Elizabeth, on top of being one of the sweetest people and a good friend of mine,
I'm tired.
She has close to 7 million subscribers here on YouTube, and she has many different kinds of series such as Squishy Makeover, Thrift Store Makeover, and Painting on Things, among many others. And for those of you who don't know her, trust me, you're gonna be addicted to the content. Oh boy. So make sure you subscribe to her. I will leave her link down below. So basically, Moriah is going to be reviewing and using my kit, not another craft kit. And even though we sold out earlier this summer, we have a few left over in the warehouse, so we're basically emptying the warehouse. Once they're gone, they are gone. So if you want to grab your own, I will leave the link down below. However, I do have to apologize because I know that Moriah and Polymer Clay are not the best of friends.
Me and Clay are a little bit at odds, but today I want to give it another try. I have realized that I'm not that interested in polymer clay because that involves sculpting, which I'm not very good at, and baking, which I'm not very good at, but I've been thinking a lot about air dry clay.
So despite the fact that Moriah is not a fan of polymer clay, I expect this video to be extremely chaotic, and she's probably going to hate me after this. Moriah, I'm sorry. I hope our friendship has a strong enough base. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do. I apologize. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Especially if you click on all notifications, you become a grain of salt in the Salt Shaker family. I do like to wave sharp pointy things, so get ready for that.
Hey, it's me. Today I'm doing a video that I've actually been waiting to do for quite some time.
Oh, it's true. I know I'm stopping it very soon, but so many of you have been asking, where is Moriah's video with your craft kit? And I have to say, we had quite a bit of postal issues, but luckily there are some leftovers from the craft kit, and I am super excited to see. Okay, let's just go.
I'm going to be using this kit. I already know quite a bit about this kit. I just know it's a good kit. If things go wrong, that's on me. This is a serious kit. I can confidently say it is the heaviest crap. Sorry. Getting a lot of messages every time I turn on the camera. Beep, 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 beep. Can you stop talking to me? I love you.
Was this me? Was it me texting you? It was probably me, wasn't it?
I can confidently... Shut up!
Oh no, I have a feeling it was me. You know the kind of texters that send 1 to 3 words at a time, enter, and then the next one? That's me. That's how I text. I should change those habits.
I've known that she's been working on this kit. It's been a long project for her. I told her I was so excited to test it out. She told me she was gonna send it to me as soon as it was ready, and I was gonna make a video, and then it came out, and I started seeing all these people with this kit making videos, and I thought, I didn't get one. I guess she forgot to send me one, and my heart started to break.
No, I got goosebumps. I'm sorry. Don't make the sad music. I can't talk anymore. No.
Started to shrivel. That's fine. Yeah, I know I'm forgettable. Everyone got one, but not me.
No.
I didn't say anything because I'm like, you know what? She's busy. Maybe it slipped her mind. I got over it and didn't get in my feels at all. I'm not important, okay? I'm not special. And I said, you know what? I still want to do the kit. I'll just buy it myself. So I went, I ordered the kit. Here it is. And I messaged Jackie and I said, you know, hey, I am so excited to test your kit. I've ordered it. I'm waiting for it. And she's like, what? Didn't you get the one that I sent you? And I'm like, I didn't get a kit. You didn't send me one. You forgot about me, remember?
I did. Oh no, my heart. Now I'm breaking the heart. Why do I break your heart, Moriah? I don't want to do that.
Remember when you broke my heart? Turns out she actually did send me one. The post office held it just like, yeah, we'll keep this one. We're not gonna actually deliver it. We're just gonna hold it here and not tell you about it. But anyway.
And the only way that she was able to find it at the post office is when I gave her the actual tracking number, and then she went over, she's like, yo. And they're like, yeah, true. Johnny, bring it from the back. And then Johnny just brought it and is like, here you go. We wanted to keep it, but it's yours now.
Actually, I did get the one that I ordered, as well as the one that she sent me. So now I have 2 kits. It actually kind of works out because, according to Jackie, she is actually doing a small relaunch of the kit around the time that I'm going to be posting this. So if you want the kit, now is definitely the last chance to get it. Okay, now you're kind of crowding me. I love you. Give me space.
But that's what I'm saying. Once these are sold out, we are not doing pre-orders or anything like that. They are basically going to be shipping out around November 30th for those of you who are ordering it now. So if it's something that you want for the holidays in terms of craftiness, definitely check it out. Okay, let's see what we doing.
Watched a lot of videos on this kit at this point. I've watched Jackie's video on it. I've watched other people's videos on it. I've watched Jackie's video watching other people's videos on it. And I think I felt the need to consume so much content about this kit because it honestly freaks me out.
And now she's going to watch a video of me watching her watch me watching other people reacting to this kit.
Make a figurine, and then there are a million different tools and techniques to kind of like customize it with clay and sculpture, and I am not the best at that. I am not experienced with it. I'm going to just try to enjoy using this to the best of my ability.
And I have to say, I know, don't worry, I have a lot to say. This is a reaction video. Otherwise, if you want it interrupted, I will link her video as well. This kit is designed with beginners in mind, and so many of you have sent me pictures of your creations, and you've never used plaster, you've never used clay, so it's amazing to see how creative, and just take your time. This is going to be the theme. Take your time, and gravity is your worst enemy when you're sculpting. Let's keep that in mind. Hopefully Moriah doesn't have to face that. But definitely go tell Moriah that her sculpture is absolutely adorable. And if you've already picked up your own Not Another Craft Kit, this is a reminder that we just released our biggest limited edition merch drop. We have the new version of Broken But Beautiful. For those of us who are living with chronic conditions, this is a reminder that even though sometimes we might feel broken, you're still beautiful. I am the darkness, the colorful dark dragon. For those of you who
love creatures of darkness,
but also like colorful things from time to time. And for neurodivergence and creatives, we have Your Brain and My Brain. And the ever so popular, I know what I said, and it's not what I meant. Cause you know, slip up of the mouth. Also self-care mantra. You have it in both the version I'm gonna, so I gon, and I will. I will eat, I will hydrate, and I will do my best. And this is also your last call to pick up This Is My Happy Face. All of these are limited edition until December 18. Once they are gone, they are gone. And yes, we have everything from hoodies, sweaters, t-shirts, mugs, and yes, cups, tank tops, stickers, and many, many more. And if you shop from my Instagram, you get free shipping if you are an Amerigrain. I'll leave all the links for that down below.
The one that Jackie sent to me. I know this because it has a little note in it. I know you'll have fun despite the fact that many of these things are new materials to you. Thank you for the confidence. I hope I will. Very sweet note. Thank you, Jackie. She's always very sweet. I know you're about the salt, but there's a lot of sugar in there too. Yo, I hate myself. Okay. Woo! We have the instruction. Oh, no. I know these. These are paint brushes. Aha! The iconic collapsible bowl. Am I doing this right? No. The little hangy part is a heart. Can you see that? Oh, we have the mold, the mold, the mold, the mold, the mold, the mold. Oven bake clay adhesive. That's right, we have to use the oven. That dreaded hot place.
But you do bake, Moriah. You do bacon. So you know your way around an oven. Better than me though. Everything I cook turns into a frisbee.
Here's the clay itself. Nice brick of clay. The plaster. Oh, a little measuring cup. I don't know why I said aw. It's not supposed to be cute. For some reason, I think it's kind of cute. This is epoxy sculpt. There's two parts. You mix them together to create some sort of reaction. Lord knows why. It turns into clay. We already have clay. So why do you need this?
Let me get you up to speed. So polymer clay, you put it together and then you bake it in order for it to become hard. However, epoxy clay, you mix it together, no need to bake. Within 6-ish hours, it becomes hard like a rock. So it's usually perfect for details that are much finer and you don't want them to break. That's where you use epoxy clay. Or let's say you finished sculpting, you already painted it, and you're like, man, I really would have liked to add more spikes or horns to my character, and you don't want to shove it back into the oven. Well, you can use your epoxy to add more detail later. Okay, back to the video.
Can you do with this that you can't do with this? I'm gonna text Jackie and ask her, what else is in here? Spatula.
Oh, perfect pause. Wait for me.
Oh, here's Jackie with the quickness. Regular polymer clay is oven baked, so when you bake it, it hardens. Epoxy clay is air dry clay. This is water based instead of oil.
Okay.
I use epoxy mostly for more fragile parts like whiskers or thin pieces.
Okay.
This is a little mold. I don't know why I'm being like.
I guess I didn't answer her question.
And this. It attacked me. First step of this is we have to actually create our little form. So I'm gonna take my squishy mold and just kind of match it up, and then take these little rubber bands and just use them to make sure that this mold stays closed.
Mariah, you listened to the instructions. I know that some of my friends actually didn't follow the instructions, such as
So I need to like start mixing this quicker. Okay, so what we're supposed to do and what I should have done before this, I missed the step.
Taste. Oh my god. All right, it's gotta be good. Okay, now I'm going to put my mold together.
So basically they ended up rushing because they were doing it on their own free they're free spirits is what I'm trying to say. But I like when people follow instructions with my kit because it makes me nervous. I'm genuinely nervous watching other people create because I want to be there and it's just part of me to want to help. So when I can't be there, I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna be okay? Are they gonna be okay? Can I help them? What can I do?
Now for the plaster. 200 milliliters of plaster. Pour the water over the plaster. Oh, just mix these two up. Oh no, I'm spilling. Can you overmix it? Because if you can, I most definitely will. Now, I'm just gonna put the funnel on top and go ahead and pour the plaster in. Gosh, this is terrifying for some reason. Okay.
And the fact that she's hovering it on top is absolutely wonderful. Some people just shove it right in there. It makes it harder to gauge where you are, but it looks like she spilt it.
Yep, we filled that. Okay. Jiggle it a little bit to get all the air bubbles out. It's going to take 45 minutes to cure. I hope I did everything properly. We'll see.
That's great! Good job! You got it from the first try. Most of you ended up getting it from the first try, but some of you had to take a couple of tries, which is totally okay. The whole point of doing a craft is to experiment and have fun with it.
It's been almost an hour. It's time to open this puppy up and see how we did. Pull the rubber bands off and then carefully. He's very warm. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it.
I know exactly what happened. One of the arms actually is at a curve, so in order to take it out, you have to wiggle it gently outside of its socket. However, if you try to twist it out, it'll break, because I mean, it's an angle. But don't worry, you're not the first one to break an arm.
It honestly looked perfect, but then I got a little too excited and snapped his arm off.
So I decided that I couldn't really deal with the fact that I had ripped the arm off. This was attempt number 2. Clearly, I've rushed things here, and I didn't close the mold completely. So I tried it again. This time, I did a superb job. Look at that. Not a drop of plaster out of place.
Ooh, it's so clean.
I ripped off those rubber bands and carefully, oh no, oh, it's the arm. It's the arm. Don't do it. Don't you leave me. Ta-da!
I got it.
And it only took me 3 tries.
You did it! And even if you broke the arm, you can definitely reattach it with the polymer clay. So don't worry if you did do the breaking of the armsies.
Here's attempt number 1 and attempt number 3 together. Attempt number 2 could not be present. But anyway, here's my little dude. I'm gonna take this sanding stick, rip that out, and just use it along the little seams. Just get those little frillies off. You know, this worked like a charm to clean things right up. This was one thing I didn't struggle with. Woo! Yay! Celebrate the little victories and don't get used to them. All right, laying down some wax paper.
Well, that went south very quickly. Don't get used to them.
And I'm taking out the clay. Oven bake. I'm scared. I ripped off a nice small piece of that, and then I'll take the liquid clay. This is my first time using this. What is this? And I'll just add a little bit of that into the clay to soften it up. You gotta do some intense kneading to work with clay like this. I did watch every single one of Jackie's little secret tutorials. This is the first thing I learned from the tutorials, trying to patch up some of the little air bubbles in the plaster. When I was watching Jackie do it, I was like, oh, okay, easy, no problem, super duper clear, I can do that. But then actually trying to do it, it's not that easy, Jackie.
I'm sorry. It's like when you blend colors. When you make those squishies, Moriah, you make it look easy. I'm like, I can make it. And then I create things like this.
Not that easy. Props to Jackie and the other clay people, sculptors. Sorry, is clay people disrespectful? No. I'd be fine if somebody called me a paint people. Trying to get the clay smoothed down nicely, it's like an art form. I've actually made it lumpier than it was before. Good job, you're making it worse.
Just use more liquid clay. If you want the clay to be even more liquidy, go ahead and put more liquid clay.
I'm taking a couple more small pieces of clay, kneading them, knead. Ages later, I've created this, and I'm cutting that in half. Oh good, that's perfect. Yeah, that's exactly how I wanted it to end up. This is gonna be an ear, but it's far too large, and now's the time to use these tools that I'm weirdly excited about. I just feel like a real sculptor, so I'm gonna have to work with that.
You mean clay person, not sculptor. You are now officially a clay person.
And fix that up until I have 2 little bear ears. And before you point out how basic I am being for turning this into a bear, I did have a lot of grand plans. I was thinking about designing some sort of like rainbow alien with big resin eyes. I thought about doing like some sort of intense dessert creature, but then I experienced step 1. And then I experienced step 2. And I realized this may be a little more difficult than I expected. I decided to completely simplify my idea.
There's no reason that you would think any idea would be simple, as long as you're having fun. Step 1 and then step 2. That got me. Oh. I'm choking now. You're making me choke, Moriah.
Next, I'm gonna make an accessory for my bear. I went with something that I've done before with clay, a bow. I wanted to be able to kind of directly compare my experience with air dry clay to polymer clay. I think I came to the conclusion that air dry clay is much easier to work with. It's softer, you can use water to soften it, but polymer clay holds its shape so much nicer. It doesn't really like smush and fall as easily as air dry clay. So
it's interesting because as someone who works with polymer clay a lot, I have to say, air dry clay is so hard to use. So the fact that Moriah prefers the air dry clay in terms of usability, for me, that's a level that's way harder than polymer clay. That's just my experience. So if you were to give me air dry clay or polymer clay, 100% polymer clay. Air dry clay just crumbles on me all the time. It becomes the bane of my existence.
As with everything, there's pros and cons to both. And here we go with another hunk of clay. And this is gonna be another accessory for my girl here. But first, I gotta put some underwear on her. I just threw that on to help this stick better. And it's gonna be a cute little skirt. Well, it's supposed to be cute. It doesn't really look that cute right now. That's awful. It's a style, it's a look. Okay, no, we're taking that off. I made a new strip of clay and tried to redo it. It's still not the most magnificent thing I've ever.
That's still a really cute idea. I love the fact that you made the frills and the movement, the movement of the actual piece. That is really cute.
Scene, but I can live with that. I have this very weird patch of clay over the chest, so I decided to texture that to give her some chest hair. Now, because I've added all my accessories to the front, she no longer stands on her own.
So as I mentioned at the beginning, the reason why the character is falling over is because we have more weight on the front. She basically said the exact same thing. But gravity. Remember what I said at the beginning? This is going to be the theme. Take your time, and gravity is your worst enemy when you're sculpting. So if you want your character to not fall forward, you have to balance it with the back. So maybe even if the bow was at an angle from the front and back, and then we had a skirt, it actually could have balanced out pretty well. There's a reason why when I designed this mold, I made the character have one hand forward and the other one backward, is so to keep the balance.
Laid her down and into the oven and out of the oven already. Nothing bad happened in the oven. Everything is as it was, so no miracles happened either. And I thought because now the front is baked, I could work on the back without worrying about messing up the front. But
It depends on how heavy your hands are. And I'm speaking from experience. When you hold any kind of sculpture, you have to be very delicate with it. Otherwise, it still can break.
I was missing my old friend. We were desperate to be together again. I was really ready to start painting. So whatever, I'm just gonna start painting. Let's just forget about the back, okay?
Can we do that?
No.
Thanks, you're the best. Now I started painting the color. I went for this very fleshy tan color, but then I wasn't really
Oh, that sound effect. Let's hear that again.
fleshy tan color.
So gross. So also, just to go back on the epoxy clay, if she didn't want to rebake everything, technically, Moriah, you could have taken the epoxy clay, mixed them together, and just put it as a skirt, and you would have never have to bake it ever. So, for next time. Oh, you're so fun.
I wasn't really feeling that, so I added a whole bunch of brown and other colors to make it more berry. And there we go. Let's go over with that. It looks very similar to the first color, but in my mind, that's a big deal. Let's paint this tragedy of a back now. Oh, not lingering on that for long. Okay, good. I'm working on the face now, which of course I'm just painting it on. I didn't sculpt the face. There are a lot of things in this kit that I didn't end up using, like the resin and the epoxy and the paint. And I went into this thinking that I was going to use all of those things, but this was all very new to me. And so I kind of just decided to choose a handful of struggles at a time.
And that's okay. That's I know Moriah kept telling me like, it's a simple project, but no, at your own pace. I know as creators we're like,
I'm gonna use everything in this kit.
but I'm at fault for that too. You take it at your own pace. This is an absolutely adorable character. First of all, you use plaster and a mold. Holy carp. And then you actually used polymer clay, which we know you do not like. So that's already another hurdle. The fact that you used two things that you are not familiar with and you created this, I'm very proud of you. So don't knock it down.
Instead of trying to tackle everything all at once. And here's where I try to make sense of the fact that she's wearing half a skirt. I painted a tie on her back, so it looks like she's wearing like some sort of apron. Yeah, it's not a skirt, it's an apron.
Cute. That's actually a good idea. You see, when something doesn't work out, you become creative and you'll make it work.
Always been an apron.
I'm gonna go with that.
Finally, I did throw a varnish over the whole thing to protect my paint. This is so much different of an outcome than I was envisioning when I started. I think I did learn a decent amount in this experience. This is definitely a super top-notch kit with so much packed into it. I hope I did a reasonably decent job showing off some of the capabilities of this kit.
Please, after this video, go to Moriah's video and tell her your sculpture is fantastic, okay? Just go and give her the love that she deserves.
And for a completely clueless beginner like me, I hope you guys enjoyed watching.
Oh my god, Moriah, she is adorable. I love your bear. I would like to propose for me to come and help you sculpt. Definitely when the world gets less crazy, I want to help you love polymer clay. That's gonna be my goal because it is such a fun medium to work with and it is technically forgivable, I'll say. But seriously, thank you so much for using the kit. It was so fun watching you struggle. That's what we do as artists. We struggle for other people's entertainment. As mentioned at the beginning of today's video, today we are sponsored by the huge supporters of this channel, Bokksu. They decided to sponsor us a second time this month, but oh my god, they put so much trust in me. Thank you so much. And you know what that means? The holidays are creeping up. And for those of you who don't know Bokksu, they are a premium Japanese snack subscription box that focus on quality rather than just dagashi. They also work with companies that are well over 100 years old. So you know what you're getting is straight from Japan. When you subscribe to Bokksu, every month you'll be getting anywhere between 20 and 25 snacks that are balanced very nicely between sweets and savory, and a tea. However, as a first-time subscriber, you'll be getting something called Seasons of Japan, which means you'll try a little bit of everything. This month's theme is Prefecture Passion. Let's try some snacks. Curry to crunchy jaga curry. Japanese curry is so different from all the other ones out there. Oh, that smells like a bowl of curry. You can see all the tiny spices. Oh wow, it's like the flavor punches you right in the taste buds. That is really good. Get your own. In addition to the snacks, you get this really cool magazine that gives you some phrases in Japanese, tells you where some of the snacks may come from, as well as common allergens that are really helpful to know if someone that you care about can or can't have this snack. By the way, do you want free tickets to Japan? Use my code NERDECRAFTER10 and use the link down below to become eligible to win the giveaway by subscribing to Bokksu. My code will also get you 10% off your subscription. So don't miss out on this unique opportunity available for anyone who subscribes until December 31st. Thank you, Bokksu, for sponsoring today's video and being huge supporters of this channel. If you want to watch a crafty video, make sure you check up here. And if you want to watch advent calendar reviews, make sure you check down here. Until then, I will see you grains in the next video.